Hello, hello. Thank you guys for coming in. Let me say hi to a few folks in here. Robin with Garden State So and So, Simply Jan Homestead. And thank you to you guys that are over on Broken Hearts Ministry as well. Let's see. Ariella Viking Venture and Victuals. Rita with Prayer Mountain Homestead. Thank you for coming in. Let's see. Put up 3 hummingbird feeders today because my first hummingbirds are here. I would like to have a hummingbird feeder. She also put up a aerial feeder. I'm guessing that's the type of bird. Also, it all adds up. Lori. Let's see. Did you tell Bob that I called him out in the prepping book challenge, Lori? Because he had seemed to have a lot of books, so I thought I would call him out for that. I thought my new AC is here tomorrow. Oh no, are you without AC? That would be terrible. Hi, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. How are you? And Phil Beck, how are you? I need to fill mine. Yeah, I need to buy one. Presbyterian Gardener, welcome in. $55 today. Sounds like a pretty decent temperature. Not too cold, not hot, kind of somewhere in the middle. It's on the borderline of cold, though. If it's like windy, that would be considered pretty cold. Baltimore Orioles are birds, orange and grape jelly. Oh, is that what you use in your feeders, orange and grape jelly? I would think that would work because it has a lot of sugar in it. So I am going to ask you guys some questions tonight. We're going to play 20 questions. I'm going to ask you a question, and then while I'm waiting for your answer, I'm going to tell you my answer. So that's what I'm going to do for tonight. And then I'm also going to mention a few collaborations going on. Let's see. What is your favorite flower? And my answer is a purple iris. That is like my very favorite flower. Now, if we're talking about planting in the garden, it's probably zinnias. But as far as like if someone's going to like send me flowers or buy me flowers, yeah, I'd like to have a purple iris. That's like my favorite. So I did plant some this year. Calendula. Yeah, I actually had last year was my second year with calendula. Yeah, so this will be my third year with calendula. I'm not sure if they're up. It looks like they're up, but when I pull it up on my plant app, it's calling them marigolds, but they look like calendula because they, you know how they have their leaves look a specific way. So I think bird of paradise. Okay, I'll have to look that one up. Saturday morning brain right here. I know I woke up really kind of tired and foggy this morning. Didn't get near enough accomplished. Hi, Carol. So the question was, what is your favorite flower? We had a few answer marigolds. I love marigolds. It's funny they say marigolds spell bad because I actually love marigolds and I don't think they smell bad. I guess that's weird, but I have a couple of purple irises blooming right now. Peonies are one of mine. Oh, that's awesome. Old fashioned lilacs. Yes. Daisy. Hi, Tamara. All right. Next question. And I just kind of wrote down random questions in random order. So, does anybody have any weekend plans? Anything special going on this weekend? Anybody going to visit anybody or see a movie or plans in the garden? Plans for shopping? Anything like that? My plans are hubby is supposed to mow the yard, weed eat the yard, and I'm probably going to try to rake up some of that grass and put it over in my compost. I'm really, really determined to have a great amount of compost dirt that I made, make my own soil. I've been trying to do it for several years, and I'm gonna just try to hit it really, really hard this year. I did a little bit of work on that today. I raked some leaves and shredded some paper that I'm going to add over there. So sweet peas. Yeah, I planted some sweet peas, but I don't really know what they look like. Yes, giant sunflowers. That's probably my second favorite. And I do have a bunch of them coming up, so I can't wait to see what they look like. Jasmine is your favorite? Oh, yeah. Cherry blossoms are really pretty. I haven't seen them like in person, but I've seen pictures of them. They look really cool. I actually have some jasmine to plant, and that is on my list. I would love to get my jasmine planted this weekend. Also, I'm hoping that while hubby's out in the yard, he will till my wild garden where I can plant my blue pumpkins I won from Survival Seeds last year, and my watermelon from Survival Seeds this year. And the very, very last thing I'm planning on planting is some sugar pie pumpkins. I found a little area where I can plant them where they can kind of go everywhere. So that is my plans, is just to kind of do a little bit of yard work while hubby's out there cleaning the garage. Yeah, cleaning the garage is on my list. Definitely. Yeah, but probably mostly yard work this weekend. I do want to get out there and work on the garage, and I might just maybe try to section off an hour to work in the shed, because I have some things I want to put in the shed. So I want to clean the shed out so I can kind of get everything moved around. So is anybody planting any seeds this weekend? Oh, that's awesome. She's going to move into her new house. That is fabulous. She did tell me she was a little bit tired of decluttering. I will be donating most of it. Yeah, I do a lot of donating. I get donations for my ministry, and sometimes I get things that I don't need. So sometimes I redonate some items to the Open Door, and pretty much what they take is women's clothes and children's clothes. So if I get an excess of a specific thing like women's bras or something like that, I will donate them, because we actually do see more men for the ministry than women. So I do keep some women's stuff here, but I prefer to keep, to try to keep as much men's stuff as I can, but I don't need as much women's stuff, because we don't go through it fast enough, because there's more men. Like if we go out, we may see 7 men and 3 women, or 9 men and 2 women, or sometimes one. Sometimes we'll only see one woman when we go out. We do have a plan to go out on the 24th to do ministry. That'll be our next going out, unless we change the date. But that's the tentative date right now. Okay. So got some plants started. Now that, nope, have to get soil, then I can start seeds. Yeah. Well, I did buy a lot of bags of soil this year, but I did use some of my own compost. I still need a lot of work before I can get to the point of using 100% my own compost, but I am trying to work in that direction. But I had a conversation with Heather, and it kind of motivated me to some more things that I can add to it, to add more bulk to it. So I hope I get there eventually. So what did everybody plant this week? I basically just kind of reseeded a few things. Like I planted some radishes. I have some radishes about to harvest. So I planted some more, just checking diligently to see if everything is up. If it's not up, I'll throw another seed in there until I get exactly the amount of plants that I want. My cucumbers are kind of suffering a little bit. I found some kind of orange and black worm or caterpillar over there. I killed it. And I'm kind of thinking, should I just leave them alone and let them keep trying to grow? Or should I just dig them up and dig all through that section, make sure there's no more of those worms, and then replant? So I'm trying to figure out my plan of action there, what I'm going to do with that. So I haven't made a move on it yet, but I'm kind of nervous that the reason nothing's growing there is that there's more of them. Planted some mixed flowers in multiple pots. Yeah, I have a few pots. I didn't do as many pots as I normally do. I think I planted about 10 or 12 pots, but I usually do way more than that. But this year I didn't. I have not. I still have a lot of pots that aren't planted in. But it's good to have all those extra pots because, I still have my IBG seeds coming in, and hopefully by next week or maybe this weekend. And so I might use some of those pots if I run out of my containers. Planted eggplant, kale, peppers, basil, and oregano. Awesome. And I actually threw some more hyacinth in the ground too. I found a few more, and I want to make sure I get plenty of seeds. So I basically planted all of the hyacinth that I have. It's actually a vine. Got a bunch of free irises. I wish I had some irises. About 2 plum trees for $10 and 4 small birches for $1. What are the birches? What's a birch? Did some foraging, stinging nettle, and plantain, and more cleavers. That's awesome. This would be a great time to go forage and harvest some dandelion right before he plants. This would be the perfect time for that. I don't know if I'll get it done, but it would be a great time for it if I were feeling energetic enough. So most of you, I know where you live, but some of you I'm still getting to know. So I don't know where you live. So my question is, what state do you live in? So even if you already know that I know, put it in the chat for everybody else, because there's a few of you I don't know exactly where you live. So put your state in the chat. That's my question. What state do you live in? It's part of my 20 questions. Actually, I didn't really count them, but of course, I live in Texas. Whoop. Right. Okay. Oh, they're bushes. Okay. Awesome. I have 13 acres of birch. Huh. So they're okay. Tamara lives in Iowa. Awesome. Jennifer Ocean Homestead lives in New Brunswick, Canada. Oregon. Virginia. Georgia. Arkansas. Victoria, Australia. Homesteader Rachel, welcome in. Awesome. Got a pretty good variety of different places here. We even have a couple of other countries. Heaven is my home, but Minnesota is where I was born. Very true. Yep, this is our temporary home. Wisconsin, Zone 5B. That's cool. Tamara, be safe with the weather there. Yeah, we had some hail. We had pea size all the way up to quarter size. No major damage was done, but one little sad tragedy did come out of the hail. So I went back out the next day. I could not find anything that it had done really that was that noticeable. And then all of a sudden, I went back to my very first bell pepper, little tiny thing. The hail knocked off my very first bell pepper. So I was kind of sad, like, sad, the great state of Missouri. Very cool, Miss Jen. Okay. So I know a lot of you don't watch TV, but there might be a few of you who do. So put like your favorite TV show or your favorite movie in the chat if you watch TV. I basically don't watch TV during the day, but I do watch TV at night. So a lot of times we'll watch like Hell's Kitchen or Criminal Minds. We'll watch survival shows like Alone, things like that. Yeah, oh, poor Pepper. Yeah, I know. I'm sad. I'm sad about the pepper. It was my first pepper. Yeah, I know you don't watch TV. I definitely was not asking you. I do watch TV with hubby. I don't watch it during the day. I just watch it at night. But a lot of times during the day, I will have my YouTube playing either channels like videos, or sometimes I'll be researching a gardening subject that I want to learn about. Today I listened more about, making your own soil, just to see if I could have anyone tell me something I already didn't know. Because you feel like you already know everything, but you really don't know everything. Favorite movie? My favorite movie is Rudy. Has anyone watched the movie called Rudy? What's your favorite movie? Downtown Abbey, Road to Avonlea. Okay. I haven't watched either of those. Favorite TV show is watching y'all on YouTube. Yep. Facing the Guitars is a favorite of mine. That sounds cool. Facing the Giants. Huh, that's interesting. To check out some of these. We haven't had any tornadoes really, but we've already had hail and some pretty heavy rain. Dennis the Menace is my favorite. The Martian, Leave It to Beaver, all the stoner shows, like movies, stoner movies. Yepper's Gardener. I used to watch Curse of Oak Island. Huh, that sounds cool. I use Roku. I don't watch much if I do. I like mysteries, homesteading shows, and remodeled shoes. Did you mean to say shoes? Or was shoes supposed to be a different word? Let me know, Rita. Did you mean remodeled shoes or remodeled like houses or something? Guy who got monetized in 2 weeks. Oh my. That sounds impossible, but I guess it is possible. Hi, Michael's Adventures. How are you? Welcome in. Mayberry FRD. Yes, Rudy was great. Yeah, that was a good movie. It's so inspiring. Like, he doesn't reach his dream, and then he loses his friend and then goes to college and then has a really hard time trying to get all his goals accomplished. And, in the end, turns out better for it, and inspiring all of his younger brothers and sisters, being the first one to go to college in his family. I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy. Yeah, I Love Lucy. That is so funny. I love it. Good old-fashioned humor. Fireproof, that's a really good movie. Yeah, Rudy was a great movie. I love it. When I see Rudy, The Awakening, I don't know what that one is. Is that a religious one? We named a kitty Rudy. Yeah, I had a cat named Rudy too. That's how much I liked the movie. I actually named a cat Rudy. Yeah, and I would actually wear a Notre Dame sweatshirt just because of that movie. I would wear one. Yeah, I just would love that movie. I could watch it a million times. Andy Griffith, that's a good show. What happened to Michael? You're homeless, like in real life? Oh my goodness, that's awful. What state are you in, Michael? Yeah, I actually deliver items to the homeless, but I do that here in Texas. So that probably wouldn't be much help to you anywhere, unfortunately. My suggestion is to lean on God. That's my suggestion, to pray with him and be with him in this situation. And, you know, contact your family, see if somebody can help you, or friends. Look into different programs that might be able to help you with finding a place or something. There's a lot of options. Try to think outside the box. Your grandpa's name was Rudy. But I will say a prayer for you, Michael. That must be a really hard situation. I had a sister that was homeless. My older sister, Gretchen, was homeless. And she was living in Colorado, and she got hit by a car crossing the road, and she died. Yeah, God can send people to help you anywhere that you are. So I will pray for you, and you guys, everybody that's in here, please pray for Michael with his situation to help him. And just remember, you're not alone, that he is with you everywhere you go. God is with you everywhere that you go. So maybe you were meant to come in here today so I could tell you that. But yeah, definitely keep your head up and pray, and just, know that you're not by yourself, and, contact family and friends, and, you know, um, and pray, and just look for resources. Big Valley. That sounds familiar. Oh, Jamie's late watching the ads. Thank you for coming in, Jamie, if you can hear me. Yeah, please subscribe to Michael's Adventures. Somebody will put his link up. It can't help very much right now, but maybe it can help him in the future. But I do appreciate you coming in. I remember watching your videos of the raccoons in your yard and other creatures that was coming out there. And I actually wanted to get I want to have my own game camera, because hubby has his that are for hunting. But I'd like to have my own that I can kind of just sit up and leave it going, and then check it once in a while and make little clips of different critters. Because I know I have a critter outside right now, but I just don't know what it is. Thank you, Ariella, for putting up the link. Yeah, church is a good resource too, Michael. You might look into seeing if you'd get a church to help you. And don't just go to your particular faith. Go to all of them. Go to Methodist, Baptist, Church of Christ, Catholic. It doesn't matter about the faith part, because all churches should be willing to help you. So if you get one no, Don't just give up. Keep trying. And there are also programs for food and soup kitchens. There's tons and tons of resources. I wish I had a list of resources for you. Unfortunately, I don't have anything like that. Jamie's still watching ads. I'm so sorry to hear that. When I found out my sister had been homeless, well, she was in her hospital bed, and when we got there, of course, she wasn't talking, so I never really got to talk to her or explain anything. So, has a fund for helping people. Yes, I believe that. Yeah, try the Catholic Church. Try all the churches. Try any church you can find. Anything in walking distance, try it. They might could offer you food for that night. They might could offer you somewhere to stay for the night. They might could lead you to resources. So definitely, yeah, check out your churches. I hope you still have you still have your phone. Yeah, you're going to have to be sure to keep your battery on your phone charged. I know in Texas, there are places where you can go to actually heat up food. Like, say if someone gave you some food that you needed to heat up, you could do that. Yeah. I hope everything turns out okay for you, Michael. I hope everything turns out okay for you. That's got to be a rough situation. So we know that a lot of us in here like gardening, but what are some of your other hobbies that you like? But definitely know that you are loved, Michael, you know, mainly by God, the man upstairs. I am a woman of faith, so everything I'm going to tell you right now is going to be about faith because I believe God can help you wherever you are. And sometimes, when you're in this kind of a situation, that's a time you can use to get used to get that's a time when you can be getting close to God and talking to him. Just, doesn't have to be out loud. It doesn't even have to be in a church. You can pray anywhere. You can pray absolutely anywhere. Pray for protection, pray for help, pray for health, pray for him to help you out of your situation. Silent era in the 1950s. Just my YouTube. Yeah. Man, I hope you can keep your phone charged. That would be hard. But yeah, did anybody have any hobbies? Mine would be, well, obviously mostly gardening. I like to sing and do karaoke. I like to go to these meetups, learning, prepping, and moving to the woods in 1 to 2 years. Yeah. Your place looks nice, Jennifer. I feel like you could really make that place work. It looks like a really nice yard you could do some stuff with. 3 angels taking 8-hour shifts. Yeah, watching you all day long. Yep, definitely. I do believe we do have guardian angels that watch us all the time. Well, I'm glad you're still here, Lori. We've probably all gotten to that point at some period where we felt like we might want to just be done, but God had other plans for us. He knew what we were going to be doing in the future, and I think my purpose was going to be doing the homeless ministry, and that losing my sister was the inspiration for my mom and I to do the ministry. So I believe that that's my purpose. I am the secretary for the local Quill Forever Club. I also help homeless through our church. Oh, you do homeless ministry too. That's awesome. Yeah, we basically, for our homeless ministry, We give out bags of non-perishable food, usually about 3 days worth. And then we also give out a bag of toiletries. We also give out things like silverware and bowls and cups if we can. Occasionally we've given out some adult coloring books and some map pencils, stuff like that. Gardening, hands-on stuff, diamond painting, and nope. Whatever. What is nope? What activity is nope? I enjoy creating watercolor cards for my family and friends. Oh, that sounds cool. I'm not very good at painting in the lines. I do like adult coloring books, though. Painting the little tiny places. That I can totally do. Like watching westerns and old westerns. I also started a new thing where I listen to audiobooks, and I find them very comforting. So I've started listening to audiobooks, a lot of like old stories, almost westerns. Some of them are kind of western type stories, kind of old fashioned more books. I found them very relaxing. Heather likes gardening, crafting, sewing, singing, thrifting, yard and garden stuff, herbs, stained glass, so many things. Yeah, Heather has about a million hobbies. I also like making soap. I find that really fun. I usually do it more in the fall and winter. Yeah, I have low points too. I don't always talk about them, but sometimes, like, if I have a live scheduled and I'm not there, sometimes I'm having a low point, and I'll get, especially if I don't feel good, I'll not be feeling good health wise, and then it'll also affect me mentally. So then I'm doubly down. I don't feel good and I'm mentally down. So I constantly have to work at staying positive. It's the neighbors always driving vehicles on my property and creeping around the water that's close to the house. It's creepy, and I'm sick of trespassing that won't stop and moving as soon as I can. You just got there, Jennifer. You just got there. I'm sorry, Jennifer, but I came from the place of do the best you can with what you have. You know what I mean? Give it a full shot. I made a few suggestions. I saw other people in the chat made a few suggestions. So maybe you could implement some of those suggestions and try to get these people to stay off your property. There's always yelling. Yelling works great. A woman yelling when they're mad is very terrifying. No other options. They quit bullying me, a foe, and a little bit, and I met Bob and got out. Yeah. Nope on diamond painting? What? ADHD? So am I. Jan in 30 minutes? Yep, Jan in 30 minutes. We fed at the park once a month. Also, Sunday at 2 before church, we also hand out tents, sleeping bags, toiletries, socks. Yeah, we do socks, coats, clothes, mostly t-shirts, blankets, sleeping bags or tents if they're donated, socks, constantly handing out socks. We have people donate t-shirts and blankets and things like that. So yeah, my car pretty much always looks like a thrift store because I keep, it's hard to keep loading it and unloading it. So sometimes I'll just leave it in there yeah. So just so you know about me, hi, I'm Gail. I have a messy car because I have a ministry. Only half moved in. Yeah. Well, as long as you got your cooking stuff and a bed and a few clothes to wear, you're good. And some seeds. Gotta have those seeds, Jennifer. I'm on a Caddy waiver, so I give to others. Oh, yeah. I think it's important to give to other people, to not always be in the moment of thinking about yourself, but to help other people. And God sees that and He will reward you for that. So He wants us to help the poor. He wants us to help the homeless. He wants us to help the widow and the orphan. All of that is in the Bible. It's all scriptural. Yeah. Well, you know. Okay. Thank you, Jan, for coming in. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's a good idea since it's going to be a while before you go back for the other load. Still looking for my car. Yeah. Mine is paid off, but it also has hail damage. So it's technically it was totaled with the hail damage, but we kept it. So it has body damage on it. But I don't really care. It's all superficial, in my opinion. Yeah, you got your canning stuff with you. That's good. Well, I hope you get to do some gardening this year, Jennifer. I'm legally not allowed to defend my property. It's safer and more peaceful to just move. Yeah, well, it would be a financial burden, I think. Valerian root and chamomile will calm you also. Yeah. Well, what's everybody having for dinner tonight? I will be having ham. And I was thinking about going outside and harvesting some of my lettuce from the garden and adding some tomato to it and whatever else I have. Plant them in your grass if you have to. Well, you could just do the one thing a day. Do one little thing every day until you get done what you want done. Illinois is taxing you to death. Yeah. Well, I had to put a fence around my yard because I had dogs and people walking up in my yard. So I do live in a city, but I really prefer people to be on the other side of the fence myself, but that is quite a cost. But I've, you know, yeah, it normally is, but I don't have any. Next week is grocery store week, so I don't have any. I don't have any cauliflower crust pizza today. So I have to eat what I have. Tilapia with fermented lemons, baked pirate, and green beans. Cool. I like tilapia and green beans. Sounds good. Haven't even had breakfast. I know. I ate kind of at weird times today. Like, I hope I can eat dinner normally because I ate my lunch a little bit late and I ate my breakfast late. Basically, and sometimes I don't even eat 3 meals a day. I don't like my area, but I like the caddy waiver that comes with staying here. I need dinner ideas. I haven't felt like eating today, but no, I should. Yeah, you definitely should eat something. Well, if you can't think of anything else, at least try to get your protein in, your meat, cheese, yogurt, cottage cheese, something like that. We have a Shih Tzu that bullied us till Bob told the guy's son on him. Yeah, I've seen the Shih Tzus do that before. Listening, my daughter is here. Hi, daughter. I love the grow bags and buckets, so can take them with you when you leave. Yeah, I actually purchased my first 4 grow bags this year, and I planted potatoes in them. I have 3 potatoes, and I have 1 potato in a different container, and I have 1 grow bag left that I haven't planted in. Try to eat in an 8-hour window. I saw that video you sent me, Ariella, and that I definitely agree with that. I was also thinking about maybe some steamed broccoli. I eat something every 2 hours. How long have you been without a house? How long has that situation been going on? Hi, Bob. I called you out in the prepping book challenge on my video, the Bushcraft family collaboration. Protein shakes when I don't feel like I can eat or I can't. I know I wanted to have a protein shake, but I didn't have any kind of like milk or milk type substance to go in it. So I didn't have one. I was able to bring 50 of my 5-gallon buckets, my fruit trees. I'm starting my seeds going in there. Well, if you have 55-gallon buckets, you don't have to make room in the soil. You just fill your buckets up and don't even worry about the grass. Just put them right down on top of it. They'll kill the grass underneath them. That's what I would do. Just have a bucket garden. It'll work. I have buckets in my garden. I have all kinds of containers in my garden. April 5th. So a couple weeks. Wow. What state are you in, Michael? I'm just curious what kind of environment you're in. That would terrify me. Yeah, this is my first year with grow bags, but so far, so good. The potatoes look really good. I'm just terrified something's going to happen to them. And I know that's very negative, but I'm so scared. I'm like, they look so good. Yeah, I thought it was an interesting video. I got a couple of books now. Yeah. Cool. So you did see that. I didn't see if you made a comment on my video, so I didn't think you had watched it yet. The buckets are for fruit trees. All vegetables have to go in the grass. So you have fruit trees in all 50 of your buckets? Is that what you're telling me? You have 50 fruit trees? Is that what you're saying? Kentucky. Oh, I see. I'm so sorry. Grow veggies around the fruit trees? Yeah, good. Yeah, she has a little bit of back trouble though, but I'd grow my veggies because I've actually grown a tomato and a tomatilla in a 5-gallon bucket before. You can grow anything. I've grown a zucchini in there. Oh, well, you could always dig up your own yard dirt. Sometimes the dirt in your yard is good. It's a possibility. You know, could use yard dirt. I have done it before. I have a specific area where I dig. I don't just dig anywhere, but yeah. But yeah. Oh, I've always grown up just trying to make the best of everything. The soil is good, but 3/4 rock. Yeah, rocks can be a problem. Onions, lettuce, radishes, garlic, herbs, mints. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can grow in buckets. I've grown a lot of different stuff in buckets. Last year I grew a roselle plant in a bucket, 5-gallon bucket, because it came late in the year. And so I didn't have any other containers available. So I just bought a 5-gallon bucket, filled it up with soil, and by the end of the year I had a couple, not much, but a little bit anyway. Greenstock to sponsor you. Well, if you have 50 buckets, you have plenty of containers. That's a lot of containers. I mean, since it's only just you, that's plenty of containers for one person, for the food for one person. In my opinion. All right, let's see if I have any more questions on here. What is your favorite ice cream? And mine would be pistachio almond or Rocky Road. Those are my 2 favorite ice creams. The buckets are for your fruit trees. So you are saying you're going to plant 50 fruit trees. Hmm. Okay. Banana ice cream. I've never heard of banana ice cream. Vanilla ice cream. Orange sherbet and chocolate chip. Sounds good. French vanilla. Any flavor it any way I want. Yeah, I like chocolate chip, butter pecan, or are a couple of your favorites. I also like chocolate mint really well. Pistachio almond, Rocky Road, and chocolate mint would probably be my favorites. Chocolate Reese's ice cream and vanilla bean. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Now I want ice cream. Sorry. I don't have any either. I would be like, hubby, bring home some ice cream. He knows what kind to bring because he knows what I like. Hi, Luann, Blackberry Rock, Homestead. Now I want ice cream. You want ice cream too? Oh, no. Now everybody wants ice cream. Sorry. All right. I only have like a few minutes left. If somebody will put up the link to Simply Jan Homestead's live black cherry ice cream. That sounds good. Okay, so the hashtag Weird Container Growing 26 collaboration. There will be monthly giveaways. I was gonna say the last Friday of the month, but I think it's gonna be the third Friday of the month because I signed up for a church thing that happens on the fourth Friday of the month. So I'm not going to be able to do it on the fourth Friday. It's going to have to be on the third Friday of the month. I just realized that today. So that's going to be for the month of May, June, and July, hosted by me. So if you want to join in on that, you're just going to plant in any container that is not a regular container. So not a regular pot. Not a raised bed, not in the ground, but in something kind of weird. Also, the Healthy Snacks collaboration is still going to be taking place in the month of May, hosted by Tammy with Mountain Grandma, myself, and Heather with Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. If you would like to join in that collaboration, which is only going to start in a couple of weeks, please email Mountain Grandma MT. Let me just type it. Let me type it real quick. It'd be easier to type it than to say it because the mountain part of the grandma is kind of complicated. So if you want to join the collaboration, you will send an email to Mountain Grandma at, okay, there it is. I'm trying to find my own live. Okay, here we go. So I can type. It'll be easier to type from my phone than from my laptop. Okay, let me type her email real quick. So if you want to join in the Healthy Snacks and get it, she's going to do those by date. You will email her, and you could even tell her a day of the week, like toward the beginning. She'll have all the available dates. Later on, if you wait and text her at the last minute, she may have some dates filled in. Oh, I can't. Now my phone's acting up. So now I'm going to have to type it into the chat. It's bad because I don't feel like I can see it. So y'all double check this after I type it in. And let me know if it's right. Mountain Grandma 2021 at yahoo.com. That looks right to me. So if you want to join the Healthy Snacks collaboration, you will email Tammy. I have already emailed. I emailed her today. Also, there's a collaboration called Grow What You Eat, hosted by Kathy with Resourceful Living, Simply Jan Homestead, and Susan from Butler Family Farm. That's an open collaboration that anybody can join in on. Also, Survival Seeds 2026. That is an open collaboration by VC Family Homestead. And that is an open collaboration, and they are sending out 12 types of seeds. If you want information on that, please let me know, and I can get that information to you. The Ozark meetup, I think, I could be wrong on the dates, and Jan's not going to be in here to verify, but the Ozark meetup that takes place in Missouri is June 12th through the 14th, I think. So, and I did hear a rumor that there's going to be a meetup in Oregon in 2028. So basically a couple of years from now. So that will be really exciting. So I do plan on going to the Ozark meetup, and I do plan on going to the Oregon meetup in 2028. So what else was I going to say? Oh, on the Weird Container Growing collaboration, if you would like to donate a prize to the monthly giveaway, if you will let me know, I will add you to my list. Blackberry Rock Homestead has a collaboration called #MakeItMay26, and it's an open collaboration. I'm guessing this could be sewing, crafts, or even cooking. Is that right, Luann? Don't forget, scientists gone missing. Scientists have gone missing? Is that a video you have out, Bushcraft Family? I'll have to go check that out. Jan is going live right after this. And also, Bushcraft Family is doing a prepping book challenge called, and you would use the hashtag #MyPreppingLibraryChallenge, and you would tag 3 or 5 channels in your video to get some more people to do it. It's really cool. It's good to see what other people are, what they're buying to help them out in case of the grid goes down or chaos ensues from all the things going on in the world. So would be nice to we're up to 11 now. 11 books. If you mean 11 books, that's pretty cool. I don't know how many I have because I don't have them all together. Oh, it's up to 11 now while the White House is getting involved in missing scientists. There's 11 missing scientists right now. So Bob knows about this and Bushcraft Family knows about this. I'll have to look into that. Got a call coming in. Everybody have a blessed evening. Thank you for coming in, Luann. Much appreciated. Yeah, I only have like a few minutes left before Jan's Lab will be starting. That you know of. Okay. Well, I had not heard that information about the scientist. I'll have to look that up. Hopefully it's on YouTube somewhere because I don't watch regular news. Or I could Google it. That's about it. Thank you for putting up the link, Ariella. Much appreciated. I'm guessing that's to Jan's Lab. I don't know what Jan's talking about tonight, but I'm sure it'll be fun. So go by and check that out. Keeps getting blocked. Oh, yeah. When your videos get blocked and they're about something controversial, or when you get something right, that's when they block your videos. So it tends to be, from what I've seen. Google. Yeah, I might can find it from Google. Is one Fradke? Is that a scientist name? I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Now I'm curious. But yes, definitely click on the link to go see Jan, who is doing her live. And maybe check out Rumble. I don't really have or use Rumble. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you guys go for this evening. Please go by and check out Jan's Live. Go give her a love raid from Gail over there. And I'm going to go make my dinner now for hubby and I. And thank you for coming in. I appreciate all of you. Have a great evening. Enjoy your gardening. Enjoy your family. And have a good weekend. Bye, guys.